It is Friday night and I'm inside right now watching a movie. I found myself going through some of my older posts on Insta, and that ultimately led me to check out my channel on YouTube. And I have seen so much growth, change, and knowledge since then that I really just wanted to go back through what I had said before and just speak on that. And I want to say something that I found very interesting today. Actually, I read up on something, and it was saying that, sometimes people want to remember other people in a different time zone, in a different dimension. The person that I was 2 years ago, I am not that person now. Like, I have changed so much, and it's important that we allow people to change and that we don't just hold on to them for being a certain type of person, because everyone is capable of change. Everyone can water their flowers and everyone can grow. So this is all gonna tie in because on some things that I had spoken on the last time, I have done so much research, spent numerous hours reading up on all these articles, really just diving in headfirst, wanting to learn the craft and wanting to learn the biomechanics and the science behind everything. And it has driven me crazy, and I thank God for giving me strength to go through with it, because I have found myself on numerous occasions really just wanting to give up, because I was comparing myself to every other person out in this saturated industry and thinking to myself, why am I not as good? Why am I not as successful? Why am I comparing myself to these women? And then I realized, hold on, I need to chill out, because I am me and nobody can do me better than me. So for anyone else that is really trying to become successful in this industry, my advice to you is to be authentic, to be yourself. And it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to check your YouTube channel from a year ago and be like, you know what? I've learned a little bit more, and I'm not saying the things I posted were incorrect, but there's definitely things that I can add to that. And that's like the whole thing of, prospering, learning, developing. And so I wanted to go through that tonight. So when it comes to establishing muscle growth, which we know is also called hypertrophy, there are 3 mechanisms. The most important mechanism is mechanical tension. We cannot build a house on top of grass. We have to, put a concrete foundation and then build our way up. It's the same way with our body. And to do that, that's why we incorporate compound movements and compound exercises. That way we're creating a foundation within our body, so when we hit those isolation exercises, we have something to build off of, and we don't just look like Mr. Potato Head. Like, everything looks proportionate, Mechanical tension is lifting heavy. You want to lift between 85 to 90% of your 1 rep max with good form. With good form. Yes, we're not doing anything to hurt ourselves. We don't want to hurt our joints. And speaking of joints, if anyone is having joint pain or discomfort, I highly, highly, highly recommend you get some fish oil, some collagen, and some turmeric. And any exercises that literally hurt you and give you joint pain, go ahead and cross those out of your regimen, because what works for me might not work for someone else. I have knee pain, so there's going to be some exercises that other people are going to do great. Me, nah, I'm good on that. Like, I'll pass on the pain any day. And I find it, super important that I want to, express this knowledge and give it out to other people. That way they can build their own exercises, and they can learn the different mechanisms, and they can put everything together and create their own workouts, and they don't just have to go on Google and type in, oh, 4-week program, or this is going to do this, or this is going to do that, blase, blase, blase. Nah, I want to give people the tools, that way they can do what they want to do and experiment what workouts work best for them. Okay, so before I go on a rant, sidetrack, woo. Mechanical tension is lifting heavy, 85 to 90% of your 1 rep max. You want to do this with compound exercises, and you can do it with other exercises as well, but like I said, those compounds are really going to build the foundation of our bodies. The second most important one is going to be metabolic stress. That is going to be that cell swelling, the pump, high rep. You're looking at like 30 plus reps, maybe 3 sets. And you want to go until it burns. You want to have that mind-muscle connection, and you really want to focus, on pumping out, just going in. And then I would say the third mechanism, which I think is probably like the least important, is going to be muscle damage, and I'm going to tell you why. Muscle damage, you are going to be stretching already activated muscles. Now, let's say that I go in the gym on Monday and I do a full range of motion squats. I'm doing RDLs, and I can't sit down. And I want to go back to the gym on Wednesday, and I can't because I'm still sore, and I have to wait all the way until Friday. I just lost 4 workout days because I was that sore. So when it comes to muscle damage, eccentric movements, concentrating on the negative side of things, as well as full range of motion exercises, we kind of want to stay away from those. Yes, they're important, but we don't want to be sore to the point where we can't go back in the gym and not work on our bodies. So I would recommend 2 to 5 sets a week on muscle damage exercises. If you're going 3 days a week, for example, why don't you do 2 sets on day 1 and then 2 or 3 sets on day 3? That way you're giving your body a break and you're not overdoing it, making your muscles sore than what they already are. So I posted some exercises periodically throughout my channel on pumpers, activators, and stretchers. I want you to be able to incorporate those and being able to create your own regimen, and going through and figuring out, okay, well, this works really well for me. I feel my glutes activating when I do this exercise. And just because it's gonna work for you doesn't mean it's gonna work for someone else. Just because squats might work for someone else doesn't mean they're gonna work for you. Same with hip thrusting, same with deadlifts. It could be anything. Just because something works for somebody else does not mean it's gonna work for you. So go through the list and really just bust out the movements and figure out okay, this works really well for me. I think I'm gonna add this to my regimen. And going through and creating your own workouts, because I think it's important. I've learned all this stuff. I don't want to keep it to myself. I want other people to thrive. I want other people to succeed. I want to support everybody else the way I hope everybody else supports me. And it's hard in this industry, and so sometimes people don't want to give out real facts. They want to bullshit their way through. I'm not here to do that. Nope. And so it's I really want to be able to provide these exercises and let people go through and find out which is going to work best for them. Do you want to do 1 day for mechanical tension, the 2nd day for metabolic stress, the 3rd day for muscle damage? Do you want to cycle through all 3 mechanisms in 1 day? I want you to have the options to create your own workouts. That way you're not just finding exercises that you think are going to work for you. They are going to work with you and your body. And it's important for us to take the time to experiment and to see what's going to work best for us. So it can be really overwhelming, all of that, but everything takes time, and it's important to allow others to grow. I was looking back at some of my videos and they were so cringe-worthy. I'm what are you doing? And so but I don't want to take them off because that just shows the growth. So anyways, if anybody else has any other questions, wants me to go over any other topics, please let me know. I love talking about this. This is my craft. This makes me happy. Anybody around me will tell you, oh, Marissa's obsessed with fitness. I'm obsessed about learning about it. Everything. I love this. But anyways, I hope everyone enjoys their Friday night. I'm gonna get back to this movie, so Like and subscribe.